Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to a very delicious evening on Alien Addict. I've got myself a nice little Lucasade. But anyway, enough of what I'm drinking, because nobody needs to know that. We have Ghostech Paranormal in the house with RicanHavoc215. Now, the story behind this is I interviewed John quite a few months back, last year, and he went through his story. And Jeff has been on the channel as well, speaking about his channel, Ghostech Paranormal, but without me, because I'm really crap at doing these intros. I'm just going to bring the guys on to just say hello. So, Jeff, how we doing, my friend?
Hi, Ollie. Yeah, all good, thank you.
And we got John in the house, RicanHavoc.
How you guys doing?
Hi, John.
So this is going to be a little bit of a different one for me, because I'm going to kind of take a little bit of a back burner and let you two just go at it. But John, your story, for anybody that doesn't know it, it is in the description below. Jeff, your channel's in the description. John, I'll add your channel, because I know you've got a channel now. I keep forgetting about that. I'll add that in the description. But we've got about an hour before Jeff has to disappear, and I may stay on with you for a little bit longer. But to cut a long story short, John, you have had years and years of strange goings on. It started with an alien sighting. Jeff has seen the interview. He's aware of the story. Jeff, I'm going to let you take it away, my friend. I'm going to shut up because we haven't got long.
Okay. Yeah, John, obviously we've never met before. I've seen some of your footage that you sent through to me. Just interestingly, I believe that you said on an interview that it started for you back in 1995 when you was 15. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And is that in the same place where you're sitting now?
No, I've lived many places in between, but the activity has kind of followed me as I've moved from place to place.
So when you was 15, when it first started, I take it, was you living with your parents in a house, or?
Yeah, we're living in a twin house.
So did your parents ever have anything weird going on before it started happening to you?
They never
have you ever
mentioned
spoken
anything.
to them?
They've never mentioned anything, and I still have never spoken to them. They don't know about any of this right now.
I'm just wondering if, that could be an interesting point, that maybe they haven't spoken about it or said anything, but maybe something had happened to them when it obviously, and then it started happening to you. That's what sort of got me thinking. So that would be really interesting to find out if your parents had any sort of paranormal stuff going on whatsoever, and maybe they didn't believe it, or maybe they just kept quiet. And have you told them about your experiences?
I have not. And recently I've been trying to find the right opportunity to do that, but they have a lot of stuff going on, especially with this COVID thing. Their stress levels are pretty high. So I'm kind of waiting for everything to calm down, because I don't want to stress my parents out even more. My mom has like high anxiety right now, so I don't want them to worry about me, So I want to do it as soon as possible, but I have to wait till everything's like kind of calm.
Okay. So So what's happening to you is that you're seeing shadow figures. You filmed them. The sheets on your bed have moved. You're getting orbs of light. You've been on a few shows explaining that. I believe that Alien Addict was your first radio broadcast that you've done. Is that correct?
Yep. So first.
Yeah.
So what do you think is happening? Do you actually think it's paranormal, as in ghost spirits, or do you actually think it's something else, as in an alien encounter? But what do you think it is?
I think it's all of the above. I think it's everything.
Because it's going to be hard to sort of mix in, you know, ghost spirits, paranormal, that type of thing, and alien visitation, you know, all in one thing. That's well, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. Like in 95, when I saw the aliens and I was abducted, that's like concrete. Like that definitely happened. But that was the first time I ever experienced anything. And that kind of flipped the switch for all the paranormal stuff to start happening, you know?
So I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. So you're saying you believed that you were abducted?
Yeah. For 100% for sure when I was 15, and I'm pretty confident it's been happening ever since. I've been waking up with marks on my body and stuff. I still have a scar to this day. I believe it's something I'm still dealing with now, plus the paranormal stuff on the side.
John, briefly, I know Jeff's watched the interview, but if you just explain the story quite quick, because we are struck for time. But if you can kind of like give him the gist of exactly what happened that night.
Okay. Basically, my parents went on vacation and gave me the option to stay home by myself. So I did. That night, I go into my bedroom. My bed starts shaking and levitating, and then it drops. And then a couple seconds later, I see two aliens looking in my window at me. And then I see two pairs of legs walking to the outside of my closed bedroom door. I throw my sheets over my head because I was just terrified. And I woke up the next day face down on my couch with a big scab on my back and my shorts on backwards. It's the best way I can quickly sum that up.
So why do you think it was alien?
I seen them. I was like 4 to 5 feet away. I mean, I was staring in their eyes for like good 30, 45 seconds. Like it was clear as day to me.
And what, the typical alien gray as they're described?
Typical alien gray, but slightly on the brownish side, had like a brown tint, but feature-wise, typical gray.
And since that's happened, although you're trying to film everything and try and capture everything on camera, have you ever managed to get a photograph or a piece of film of one of these aliens?
No. Originally, I set up these cameras after I did an interview with Ali trying to capture an abduction taking place. That was my goal with the security cameras. I was capturing orbs instead and shadow people. I kept looking at the video footage for aliens, but I kept missing the orbs because I wasn't looking for the orbs.
It's my fault. I told you to get the cameras.
But it was a good thing. I was looking for something. I found something else instead,
Okay. So, and as well as seeing these aliens, you're getting all sort of paranormal activity as well, shadow figures. Have you heard any voices at all?
I did once in 2010. I was in the middle of an argument with my ex at the time, and I heard someone say, "Don't let her talk to you that way." And I heard the voice come like from above me. Like as soon as I heard it talking, I looked up at my ceiling. It wasn't something I heard in my head. It was something I heard above me. That was the only time I've ever heard a voice.
Okay, so don't let it talk like that to you.
And how many times have you, since the age of 15, how many times have you moved house to different places where this is continuous sort of going on,
Maybe 6 to 8 times total.
And it follows you no matter where you go.
Yeah, but everywhere I went, it was a different experience. I never had the same thing happen twice or had the same thing follow me. It was always a new experience wherever I went, even to this day. Usually it's like one and done for me. I seen a full figure ghost one time when I was like 20. I never saw one again. I had missing time once when I was 19. Never happened again. I seen aliens when I was 15. Never happened again. So it's not like the same things are following me, but it's just, I don't know if I'm a paranormal magnet or I can see things people can't see. I'm not really sure of the situation, but it's always something different everywhere I've been.
Yeah, I mean, you may be, one of those people that's sensitive and open to these sort of things, and you attract everything. Are you scared of, maybe you might be hurt or attacked?
The only thing that scares me still is if I see aliens again. Everything else doesn't bother me. It might bother me for like 10 minutes or something, but it's nothing that actually affects me. Like, that the alien thing is like something I can't shake. Everything else is just kind of cool, but it might be scary for a couple minutes, but it's nothing that affects me over time.
Yeah, I mean, people have different sort of explanations of shadow beings. I mean, you've got several pieces of film of shadow figures moving. Was that taken in the apartment that you're living in now?
Yep. Yeah. Before last summer, I never recorded or took a picture of anything. It never crossed my mind. Since talking to Ali, I've kind of opened up a little bit and tried to investigate what's going on in my life. And recently I've been taking pictures and doing all the recording and documenting as much as I can.
Yeah. So you're setting up cameras now constantly, and just letting them roll, and you're hoping, maybe you can capture, a proper figure on film that you believe to be alien.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, as far as I know. So I think they have a way to get around that. But I'm capturing everything else besides the aliens.
Have you ever tried talking to them yourself? Have you ever sat down where you are and tried asking questions and seeing if you get any answer back?
To the aliens or the shadow people?
To anything that's there.
I thought
Or does that
about
worry
doing
you?
it. This might be hard to explain, but I think if I reach out and try to communicate with these beings, they're definitely going to communicate back very quickly. I try to avoid that. It's everything I've gone through. I feel like they're waiting for me to make a move almost. So me trying to contact these beings, I would have to be prepared for anything after that point. And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm working on it because this is something I've been dealing with my whole life. It's not going to go away. I can't avoid it. I have to get to a point where I accept it, and I'm close to accepting it because, someone I talked to on Facebook recently had a good point. Like, they're going through the same thing. She said, like, if you face your fears, you could almost look at it as an adventure in some type of way and not so traumatic. I'm trying to get over that hump, but if I did contact them, there would definitely, I feel it'd definitely be a response. So I'm kind of wary of it, but it's something I'll have to do at some point.
So how would you feel if I was to do a live EVP session with you using your microphone, and also if it's possible for you to let me speak through your speakers without you sitting in front of that microphone, and let me ask some questions, have it recorded, and then that piece of recording I will then put into a wave pad and stick on my headphones and enhance it and see if there's any answers to my questions. How would you feel about that?
I have no problem with that at all. So you need me to have your voice coming through my speakers, correct?
Yep, so they can hear what I'm saying. All I'd like you to do is have me coming through your speakers. Hopefully there won't be any feedback with your microphone. For you to take a seat over in the corner of the room. I'll record it, I'll ask a few questions, and then I'll convert it and then stick it on a stick, put it in my wave pad, and I'll enhance it to see if there's any voices coming back.
Okay.
So
Let me switch to my speaker.
Jeff, should I put my mic on mute?
yeah, when we do this, let me just bring up my recording equipment. Just bear with me 1 second.
By the way, I have my security cameras recording right now, so that'd be cool if something picks up on cameras while you're doing this.
Okay.
Let me change my speaker setup here. Output.
So there we go. So I'm recording now. As I say, what I want to do is ask a few questions. Once that's done, I'll take that recording, convert it, stick it onto a USB, plug it into the wave pad, and super enhance it, stick on my headphones, and then I'd like Ollie to take over with the interview while I go through that, and that'll be done live. And if there are any voices, maybe we can find out who or what this is.
Before I go mute, Jeff, just because of some of the problems we've had with StreamYard, are you going to be putting this interview on some of this on your channel? If you discover anything.
Well, I'll put this interview on our channel anyway because of John to tell his story. So
that's awesome, because all I'm worried about is if for some reason I can't get the EVP played live, you can obviously do the edit yourself and sort that out. So guys, if it doesn't work tonight in the live chat, technically wise, it will be there on Jeff's side.
If we capture any voices on here after I've gone through it, we'll find a way.
You'll re-edit.
I'll plug this into speakers and I'll turn it up if it's the last thing we do, because I know there can be problems with trying to play things on here. So that's not a problem.
Awesome. So John, on my end, I'm ready to go. I'm going to step out of the room because.
Am I coming through your speakers?
Yes. And my microphone is on.
Have you got the microphone up as loud as it can go, as it can pick up? Obviously, we don't want feedback through the speakers.
Yeah, the microphone should be fine. I have it pointed away from my laptop, so there should be no feedback.
Okay, see where it's pointing up. Can you tilt it so it's pointing outwards into the room? If that's easy to do.
Okay, I think that's good right there.
Okay, cheers, John. Thank you.
All right. Shit myself, a cat just hissed behind me. Right, I'm going to put myself on mute.
Okay, so Ollie's going on mute, so that just leaves the mic at John's end recording. Okay. If you can hear me, can you tell me your name, please? Why are you here in the house? Did you live in the house? Are you trying to contact John? Where are you from? Is John in any danger? Do you want to harm John? How many of you are there inside the house? Is there something John can do to help you? Okay, we'll end that. Okay,
Does it matter?
I just read out 8 questions. So let's let John get himself sorted there. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to stop the recording. And
All right, I'm good to go.
okay, John, I've just done the recording. I read out 8 questions there, and I'm now just going to convert the recording. It needs converting, so that shouldn't take a moment. Once it's done, I'm just going to put it on a USB stick and stick it straight into this wave pad and see if there's anything there whatsoever. Just see if it wants to reply. You know, one of my questions, you know, are you trying to contact John? And we'll see if there's anything whatsoever. You know, maybe they come and go at different visitation times. We don't know. You know, as I say, this is the first time that I've ever done anything like this on a live show. So,
Well, that's not entirely true, Jeff, because we did have a private one where we had a little bit to drink, and we heard some noises. We actually did hear some noises on. But I'm not allowed to play that because.
But it wasn't live like this, being done like this. We've done something like this with microphones and 5 people, and 4 of the people turned off their microphones, leaving 1 to ask questions because they believed something was there, and you got a reply. And I enhanced it and sent it back to the guy, and he was amazed. He kept replaying it over and over and over again because he couldn't believe that he got a reply to a question, and the only microphone that was on was his. So, okay, Ollie, if you can just take over the interview, please, bud.
No
and I'll sort this out.
No worries, mate. So, John, let's talk about the vlog.
Yes, the vlog, the infamous vlog.
So I don't know if everybody will know this in the chat, but ever since when was the first interview that I did with you?
I believe it was end of July. End of July.
And after that interview, we kind of had a chat, and then I said, "Look, John, I want you." I spoke about the cameras, and you were like, "No, I don't know if I want cameras." We spoke about quite a few things, and you said, and everything. You were like, "No, I'm not interested." Originally, you didn't even want to come on the show; you just wanted to tell me the story.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming to the point where you've got the cameras. We're doing the vlogs, which I will be. When it's ready, we'll start editing that once we've got enough stuff. And you're appearing on. How many shows have you been on now?
I have no idea. Maybe 6 to 8. I know I have a few in the works right now as well. I think like maybe 3 or 4.
I'm quite proud that I got the first interview with you. You know, it's quite a proud feeling, you know. And this is the aim with this kind of thing, and I kind of owe it to you and David. There's a couple of others, you know, that have done the and the diecast guy. There's some really good cases.
Mhm.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, there's some really good cases, and this is my interest, and I want people to email me stories like you so I can get them on, because I think when we pile this evidence up, we might start getting a few answers, because I think and for anybody that's seen your interview, some of my best friends from home here that do not really believe in this subject, and they take the piss a bit, but they saw your interview and they were like, holy shit, I believe that guy. He definitely saw something. They don't know what you saw,
Mm-hmm.
but they believe that you believe it and you're telling the truth. If we get more people on like that, that's the goal here.
I've been recently been contacted by other people claiming to be abducted, and it's amazing how all these people I'm starting to talk to, we're helping each other put the pieces of the puzzle together. Something might happen to me that happened to them that they didn't realize was connected, and vice versa. And for me, that's been the most amazing part about this whole entire journey, is actually speak with people who are being abducted as well. That's something I thought I would never have the chance to do, and it all started with me coming on your channel. I still watch that interview from time to time just to see how messed up I was back then. Sometimes it's hard to watch because I didn't realize how much of a bad place I was in. I thought I came off like, I thought I played it off like I was fine, but obviously I did not.
I did think for one moment, I thought, because I don't deal very well with people crying, and I thought for one minute, I thought you may.
Yeah, I was close.
Tears, and I was like, close. Oh God. But I understood at the same time.
Do I get a little emotional?
Sorry to interrupt you, John.
No problem.
I've just taken the USB stick of the recording out of this PC. I've now loaded it up on WavePad. So while you're going through that, I'm going to have a listen to this and see if there's anything going on there.
All right, awesome.
Okay, so we're doing this live. So hopefully we may have an answer to one of the questions.
Are you playing it out loud now, Jeff? Yeah.
No. I've got to go through it first. I'm going to be here live on the screen. So if there's anything there, I'll let you know.
No worries.
Okay. Cheers, guys.
It kind of looks like
so cool.
So what's that black stuff? Well, that might be just us at the beginning, though. Say we'll put us mics on mute. But yeah, this is so. What's going on next? What's happening next?
Since I've been on with Dave Scott, I've kind of been overwhelmed with people's responses. That's kind of the further I go, the more people I'm reaching. And I've had a lot of people who've been abducted contact me, just wanted to talk to me. And to me, that's the most important thing out of everything, for sure. Like after this show, there's a couple I'm going to talk to. Their story is absolutely amazing. I tell them too, like, if you want somebody to talk to or you want to get interviewed, I got the right guy for you. But these are people who were in my position and never went public or talked to anybody before, and that part's just been the best. I'm still working on getting a regression done. I can't tell you how bad I want that done. It's just something that I wish I did in the past when, all the originals, when they were like not retired, or, a lot of the guys are retired now, they're passed away. I don't know of many people who picked up where they left off, specializing in alien abduction regression. You know what I'm saying? That's something I've talked to everybody you can think of. I emailed everybody you can think of. MUFON was the only place that they said that they had somebody who could do that, but they wanted to charge me. And as most of you know, they blew me off. So that's not an option anymore. Yeah, no. So that's something I'm working on. Talking to my family, something I'm working on. and just get my story out there. I'm kind of trying to climb the ladder a little bit, you know. It has nothing to do with like, you know, getting into the mainstream or nothing like that. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in having as many people hear what I went through, you know, even though it's trust me, my story is very simple, at least the abduction part compared to most people I've been talking to. Like there's people that remember a lot. I don't remember. You're not supposed to remember as far as I know. So
this is the weird thing with your case, though. It's the mixture of the kind of like the paranormal. That's why I wanted to get Jeff to speak to you.
Mm-hmm. You know, I know it'd be so difficult for you guys to do, but if we could do something like this, like 6 o'clock in the morning, my time, and me like step out of my apartment, that's when everything goes down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You want us to do a live interview with just your apartment?
Well, in the morning, as soon as I walk out, it just starts immediately every morning. In the mornings where the activity is when I'm not here, you know, it just would be hard to schedule. That would, if it was like 6 in the morning, it would be like 11 in the morning, your time, I guess. 11 a.m. in the morning, if it's 6 here. But that's when you see the orbs coming from every direction. That's when you see the shadow people running around. I have no footage of the afternoon or the evening. I have one orb I captured at night out of all this time, just one. And I saw my sheet move once at nighttime. So that's like the main time all the activity happens. You know, if we could do that at that time, at some point, that would be the absolute peak time, perfect time to do what Jeff just did.
Do you think, John, you know, there's quite a few skeptics with this subject. If you had any message for like the debunkers, the people who just like shun somebody's story because they don't choose not to believe it, what would you say to them?
I got nothing to say to them. You know, if they're entitled to their opinion, you know, but I would say just keep it an opinion. Don't come at people like me like you know what you're talking about, because nobody knows, you know. But if you come at me with your opinion, if you think it's something else, I got no problem with that. You know, I don't even know what I'm dealing with. So, and if people want to try to debunk it, you know, my footage is legit. Everything I have is solid. You can do whatever you want to do with it. I'm 100% confident in everything I say and everything I share. If you want to debunk it or you want to put negative comments or you think it's something else not going on, you know, you be my guest. I'm not out here trying to, you know, push or prove anything. I'm just telling you guys what's going on in my life, and that's all I can really do.
For anybody that's new that might be seeing this now that hasn't seen the previous interview, check it out in the description. The original interview I did with John, and you had not filmed anything prior to that. You had no cameras. I told you to buy the cameras. So if anything, this is on me, not you. You know, this is that was. I didn't think you'd go out and buy the cameras, let alone you actually offered, which I thought was a little bit weird because I didn't want to see you walking around in your boxer shorts, but you offered me full access to them.
I'm glad I didn't do that, because looking through the footage,
no, but that was, you know, that was trust, you know.
I was excited, you know. I was for sure like, I'm gonna get a damn alien on camera. Let's do this, you know.
My wife was excited. You know, when I said John's offered me the access to his camera 24/7, she had a look at you. She was like, "I hope you said yeah." I said, no.
I'm glad you said no. That would have been terrible. Especially me sleeping. I do some weird stuff when I'm sleeping.
Well, you know, I mean, there's some of the footage that I looked at and I thought, is that just dust? But then I'm seeing you sellotaping windows shut, sellotaping. There's unplugging things, removing the extractor fans, whatever they're called, air conditioning unit, you know, sealing it. You know, you can't. That's dedication. You must have been hot as hell.
Yeah, I was sweating. And I'm going to be doing that again in a couple of days. I'm doing that whole process again because I did that at nighttime. At that time, I didn't realize that there was a specific time this activity occurs. So I was planning on taking because I got to mop my floors anyway. I'm going to take all my crap out of my room again today, plastic it off, and then record at the peak time tomorrow morning and really get a good look at this.
Ginger Steve says that my wife was excited for the first time in years.
It's funny. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to do that plastic thing again because I did it at the wrong time of the day. I did it at nighttime. At the time, I didn't realize, you know, it's a morning thing. So if I get everything out of here tonight, I have to I'm not working right now, so I have to wake up and literally leave my apartment to record. Because if I'm here, nothing happens.
If you turn the lights off now, though, with the light in front of you, the street, and you bang your desk, would you get? Are you quite? I know you're quite.
No, I won't get no dust.
You're a clean freak, aren't you?
I like to sit in a clean room. You know, I get a little fidgety if something's a little dirty. You know, I'm more comfortable in a nice, clean, shiny environment.
I don't know if I would. I bet if I banged my monkey, I would. Because he's.
I do have a video of I have a video of me having a dusty fan blowing and a dusty ceiling fan, and I still didn't capture any orbs. And these fans were dusty. Yeah, I think the dust thing, that only works if you're shaking out a carpet. If you're just shaking out a carpet in the middle of the room and then you start recording, you know. It was funny, yeah. In the beginning, most people thought it was dust, but I just kept putting the videos out, being confident in what was going on because nobody knows what's going on in your life more than yourself. It's hard to explain it completely to other people, you know. I knew it wasn't dust, but it didn't bother me for people to think that because I would probably have thought the same thing. But
would Jeff like the shadow figure? You know, and these we were talking about it before and for anybody that's not seen the episode on Ghostech Paranormal, it is in the description. And I think this is Petworth Chapel. But Jeff did, as he's taking the pictures, and you can actually see this live, him actually taking the pictures on the video, and we get a shadow figure on there. Now, but for anybody who just would see that but not see the channel, you'd think you've got to be kidding me, you know, because that is kind of too good to be true. You know, you look at that and you think, holy shit.
Well,
what the hell is that?
Everyone's natural reaction is try to think of the most logical reason to explain it. You know, of course, I've heard, I shared my my good footage with this paranormal group in my area. These are all ex-military. They're all they all were together in the military. They do a paranormal thing.
In the house. How many of you are there inside the house?
Yeah, no, what I was saying though is that, you know, you would think that is far-fetched, that footage, but when you look at the channel, Ghostech Paranormal, some of the episodes there's nothing being seen whatsoever, but then there's the odd one that you get these. So it's not like every single episode. So I want people to go check out Ghostech Paranormal and check out your channel. I will add it to the description.
That's it's not why I respect what he does in his crew, because they're not they just present what they find. You know, there's no extra BS in there. If they go in somewhere and find nothing, they show you that. You know, they're not trying to put on a production. You know, they're not trying. To me, it seems like they're not trying to be entertaining. They're in there doing the job. You know, it's
Thanks for
much
that, John.
different. Yeah, no problem. It's much different.
20 odd years.
Well, I've sorry guys, you carry on what you were saying there.
No, just saying how long you been doing it for, Jeff?
Oh, well, I mean, I got interested at the age of 14. It's got to be 20 years now. Hey guys, I've gone through the recording of what we just done. We got a couple of voices.
I did not expect that.
I'm just trying to work out now how I'm going to play them to you.
I mean, you could try if you send me as a video file, Jeff. I can download it and share it.
Where do I need to send it to, Ollie?
Just send it to my email, Alien Addict.
Right, hold on a sec.
If not, we'll try and play them out loud.
So what I've done was I listened to the whole lot. We had two voices there, so I've just basically split it and just pieced it together.
Okay. Hopefully there are positive answers.
What's the email address where you are, Ollie?
It's alienaddict.uk@gmail.com. Same email, Jeff, that I email you off all the time.
I'm just wondering if it's going to go through as an email.
What's pretty cool about this is now that he says he's heard something on there, I can go back and check my footage now and see if I see anything at that exact point.
Just loading. Hopefully it's going to be small enough to send. Let's see if we can send this.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, it says it's been sent to you, Ollie. As I say, it's not the full recording. I've gone through and I've cut and just spliced them together. So there's going to be two voices on there.
So is that just that one file, yeah, Jeff?
Just the one file. It's me asking some questions. Well, two questions, and there's two voices that are speaking after one word, two words. I've done my best at doing it as quickly as I can. Usually I'd spend a lot more time filtering out background noises, that sort of thing. So this is pretty sort of raw.
I'm pretty amazed that this is even possible to do like this.
Well, it's never been done like this before. I've never. This is the first time I've done it. So
I'm glad to be a part of this. I was telling Ali, in my apartment, like around 6 a.m. is where the activity is like really, really heavy. That might be like 11 a.m. your time. But if there's a time that we really wanted to tackle this, I would have to leave my apartment because that's usually how it works. Like when I leave, the orbs it looks like it's snowing in here sometimes. But something like that could be set up.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Can the guys in the chat hear that? Let me know in the chat if you can hear that.
Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house? So if you go back to the beginning, you're here. Yes. Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house? Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house? So the first thing I hear is yes. And why are you here in the house? House.
Yeah, I thought he said house. Well, I say he, but
Go again from the beginning, Ollie. And why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house? So you've got two EVPs, one saying yes and one saying house. Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house?
Do you think the time they say house might be a echo of you saying house possibly, or does your
no,
program kind of break that down?
I listened to that through the headphones, and the first voice that says yes, it's whispery, it's yes, and then house. It's not my voice. My voice is I've got quite a loud voice, quite a strong voice. So it'd be different if I said, "Why are you here in this house?" and it went house. I mean, it's not my voice. Why again are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house?
also you said house twice. It didn't. It surely it would. It repeat on that, would it not?
You know, and you've got to remember, there's not going to be an echo because it's just your microphone that's pointing out into your living room that's picking up whatever's there. So it's a whispery voice that's you know.
Wow.
Why are you here in this house? Yes. You know, it's there's a yes there.
I don't think it's your voice. I was just asking just in case.
Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house?
Yeah, that's
I think
not
there's
you.
another voice, Jeff. I think there's something else.
Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there?
There, right there. Just how many of you, and then there's something.
How many of you are there inside the house?
When you said how many of you, it sounds like there's an answer there.
There's a like a sort of a knock, a slight sort of knocking sound.
Should we go once more?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. Why are you here in the house? How many of you are there inside the house? So there's definitely something there. As I say, I've never ever done this before live. You know, you've just seen me do that live on here. I could spend. I've never gone through that sort of thing that quick. As I say, I'd usually spend quite a lot more time really getting into it and filtering all different levels out. But it's just to give you an idea. So we know that John wasn't in the room. Ollie, you had your mic turned off. So it was just my voice being projected into that room through the speakers and through the microphone. We know that no one was near that microphone, and we've got two voices.
Ginger Steve says, Jeff, can you put headphones on now to hear more clearly? Steve, do you mean if somebody else if the audience put their headphones on? I think he means if everybody who's listening puts their headphones on, they can hear it more clearly.
Oh, I see what it means. Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear it through the headphones very clearly.
And obviously I heard it when I had my headphones plugged in there. So
and thank you for the super chat.
Cheers, Ginger Steve.
So yeah. So that's from all the questions that we got. We just got those. I think it's 3 words, but
yeah, I mean, obviously, as I've just said, if to spend time on something like that, I would probably take a good half an hour and start filtering through the different levels and start bringing it up even more. But because we're sort of pushed for time, I had to do it quite quickly, and then obviously to send it to you. If I spent a lot more time on it, it'd be better quality, and obviously I might be able to bring it forward even more. But there we go. You know, there's a live EVP session.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
There was one, the one that we were talking about, where we were talking with friends. I think it was over Christmas time, and we were all having a drink, and then we all kind of like heard quite clearly something start to speak. So then after the recording went out, you pulled it off, and you could when you enhanced it, you could actually hear proper answers.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was quite skeptical about this EVP until I'd actually heard that with my, because I've got the actual footage myself.
And you can enhance it yourself, and you can hear something there. And I think it was it your friend Chris?
It was Chris, yeah.
And we all turned off our microphones, and it was just Chris who had his microphone still on, and it was just him asking questions, and he got a response. I believe he said, "Can you tell me your name?" And a man's voice said, "No name."
No name.
Straight into his microphone, and his microphone was the only one that's on. You could see all of ours had been muted and turned off, and he couldn't believe it. He kept playing it and playing it back. He was saying, "I just can't believe that's happened."
But the weird thing in the footage is you can actually see us all kind of going.
That's right,
because we could hear it.
Yeah.
So other than the EVP, so what do you think's going on then, Jeff, with John?
First of all, I'd be really interested to find out that when this all started happening with John, when he was 15, if his parents had anything whatsoever happen to them and they just kept quiet about it and said, "We don't believe in that sort of thing," or they just pushed it aside and said, "We don't want to know," that would be really interesting to find out their side of the story, if there's any story whatsoever. And also the other possibility is that John, you know, from where he was a small child growing up, he's just become really open to everything. I mean, with myself doing paranormal investigations and stuff, I've become open to it over many, many years, where I can now walk into a place and I just know if something's off, something's not right. And that's taken time of doing this sort of thing. When you do this sort of thing, you do leave yourself open for these sort of things. So with myself, as I say, it's taken a long time to know this sort of thing, and to sort of get your feelings involved in a place. It sort of comes to you. But maybe with John, as a small child, as he's grown up, he's quite sensitive to this sort of thing. And when you become sensitive to this sort of thing, it all just comes to you. It can be, you know, spirits, ghosts, and anything that's around there. He's drawing everything in. And maybe that is what's actually happening. And I've known stories where when this does happen, it can be really overpowering. So what my advice to John is, let's see what happens. Keep filming, keep doing what you're doing. But if it starts really going over the top, then you're going to need to speak to someone to control how you're letting everything in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and also be really careful. Do be careful.
Yeah. I think a lot of stuff I see or whatever is just stuff that's already at the places I lived at before I got here. Like, I think the shadow person has always been here. I think the orbs and stuff has always happened here. It's just, you know, I've seen the shadow person like 3 times with my own eye watching me.
Things can start off really slowly, and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and then until you don't know where you stand, and you could be in some trouble. But just be very careful, and just keep make sure it's not getting too over the top. But obviously, I'm in contact with John, so if John needs any help or any advice or anything like that, or something's happened, he can always contact me. It's not a problem.
Appreciate that.
Jeff, without like scaring the guests, but if you could elaborate a little bit more on that, what is the kind of worst that could happen when it comes to from your experience with when you're playing about with this type of stuff?
I guess it sort of depends if they're trying to contact John. Again, it's again how open John is. Is it because he draws everything in? And if you start drawing everything in and not closing that door, you'll just be inviting anything into your house, anything in to contact you. You just got to be very, very careful. But we don't know, obviously, and we'll keep in contact with John. He's doing his channel now. He's doing his filming. As soon as something becomes if you start getting freaked out, or you're not happy with something, or you want to speak to anyone, just contact us, and we go through things. And if it does sort of start getting out of hand, then we can we'll do something to try and stop it.
Cool. Yeah, it's been pretty.
Well, Jeff, I
have nothing to be freaked out over yet, but this has only been going on for 8 months. So
it's 8 months is not a long time at all. I knew someone that started doing EVP work. They wasn't a paranormal investigator. They were just interested in capturing voices. They were doing it for nearly 6 years, and they invited something into their house, and they couldn't get rid of it, and the church had to get involved. And it just started out as something, playing around, asking questions, getting answers. I like this, and it just got so much out of hand that the church had to go round and help them in the end. And they were very sorry that they even started it in the first place, because you don't know what you're going to invite into your home.
Jeff, I know you're going to have to shoot off, but Richard's got quite a good question here. Is there anything more that John can do?
What, to capture on film? I've already...
Can you see the message?
I've already offered, John my help with doing his filming or anything that he wants to do.
We talked about before, weren't we?
Yeah, which is having cameras overlapping, so when you see something, a shadow move or anything, a light move, anything like that, you've got cameras that are overlapping, that are covering the whole room, not just part of the room. So I'll be speaking to John about that to try and sort that out. I know John hasn't got the software to do that sort of thing, but we can talk about that, and I can sort of edit it and get all the angles right for him. So if there's any clips that John wants to send through to me, then I can produce that for him and send it back so he can put it on his channel.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, Jeff, I know you're gonna have to disappear now, aren't you?
Yes, I am, in about 3 minutes.
Yeah. No, I just want to say thank you for joining us, and for anybody that's new to yourself, Jeff, can you just kind of give them like a little bit, because this is not going to stop. We kind of made a kind of like I don't know,
a revolution.
Yeah, that we're going to do more work together in the future.
Oh, definitely.
But
because we've got so many things to speak about, especially I I believe that at some point you want the whole team together to talk about Rendlesham Forest, again, to do with aliens and, what went on there with our investigation. We don't do too many investigations to do with UFOs and aliens and things like that, but Rendlesham Forest was known as Britain's Roswell, and we had a brilliant time at Rendlesham Forest. We got surrounded by army helicopters. I thought I was going to, be ended up sort of in a dark room and we hands tied around me back being questioned, And
these guys can go and watch that on your channel right after this. What's it called? What is part 1 and 2, isn't there?
Yeah, it's called Britain's Roswell.
Yeah.
A lot of the media were interested in that. A lot of the TV channels have bought it and they want to air it because it was something like being in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It was absolutely ridiculous what went on there. We just couldn't believe it. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you, Jeff, and thanks for doing this.
No, it's been a good evening, John. I'll be in contact with you constantly. If you need me, please do email me. Whatever you need to do. It's been a great evening, and hopefully we can get even more answers for you. Ollie, once again, thank you for having me on the show.
No worries, mate. Anytime. You know that.
Brilliant. Okay, guys, I'd like to thank you all so much. I've got to go. Have a good evening.
You too, mate.
All right,
I'll catch you later, Jeff.
Thank you so much. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You can't work out how to end it. There we go.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect any kind of noises to come through, if I'm honest. I just did not expect the noises. Let me change the background because it looks a bit strange with me and you. With half an alien and half a Jeff and his mates. There we go.
It's up to you, but I don't know if I sent you over those links to those videos in Skype. I don't know if you want to share them or not.
Yeah, I can let the guys take a look at these.
The first two are the shadow ones, and the last one is just a bunch of orbs.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you screen share? Because then it looks more professional. Because for some reason, when I go to screen share, it does this weird thing. I haven't worked it out yet. I'm not good with technology.
No problem. We'll see if I can do it.
Just tell me when it's ready, and I'll. So what do you reckon to the EVP thing?
I think that's something we should do again. But now I see how it's gonna work. I can, put my microphone, like disconnect it and put it in the middle of my living room. And if we do it in the morning, my time, where there's the most activity, we would have the best chance. I did hear something. I'm like kind of on the edge a little bit. There's something I heard. Something the first time definitely said something. I heard something. I heard a little stuff in the background.
You've got your footage ready, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Add you to the screen. Let me just Is this the shadow one?
Yeah, this is the first time I ever captured a shadow on camera. Most of the people have seen this, but I also want to share this for the people who have not seen this. So I'm going to fast forward to when it actually happens, but you'll see on the right side of the screen, you'll see a light appear, and then you'll see a shadow person like scurry across and hide behind the couch and then pop his head up.
Yeah, so Jeff had a look at this, and is this the one that Jeff's got the footage of this? And does he want the original file so he can invert it?
Yeah, I'm going to email them to him today, but I'll start right here, and then just notice on the right side you'll see a light appear and a shadow person run across, and then they'll pop their head up behind the couch.
Oh, it's come back again. Put that back.
Mm-hmm.
So is this is when you're at work, yeah?
Yeah, already left for work.
And you weren't robbed?
No. But that light appearing and the shadow person running out of it is just crazy. And then you see it pop up and look at my camera, and then it ducks right back down. So this one's pretty cool. I mean, I showed this to like the #1 shadow person expert in the world, and they said it was pretty amazing. So yeah, you can see it. It's hard to pause it.
I think he's sitting on the couch.
No, you can see it. It's behind the couch. It like pops his head up.
I think how do you know a shadow person's behind the couch? The shadow person could be taking us. He could be watching your TV and using your electric bill being going up.
But dude, the craziest thing about this to me is when it runs across, it's only like 2 feet tall. But when it pops his head out, it's like the full size of a person. Like it runs across like short, and then when it pops his head up, it's like full. You can see the head and shoulders, which is absolutely crazy. Now, after I've recorded this, I rearranged my cameras, so I'll show you guys the second one. I've
John,
taken.
just go back to that. Okay, yeah, give us the second one, and then.
All right, sorry.
No. You give us the second one.
So this one starts right from the beginning. Like you'll see
Is this the shadow figure?
Yeah,
Again?
this is the one where it runs back and forth across the heater. It starts immediately when I start playing it, but you'll see. And the motion sensor captures it and it just scurries back and forth. And there's orbs flying around at the same time. So I got a couple things going on at once.
Yeah, I mean the orb stuff, they interest me, but it's the shadow figures that interest me more because the orb stuff is I know a lot of people will just say dust, but I've seen these things flying at the camera in your living room.
Yeah. You'll see on this one as well. See, right now I'm home. I'm in my kitchen getting ready for work, so I don't know all this is going on.
So, where is your kitchen from your? So, are you in your living room? You're sat now there, aren't you? You're sat there.
Yeah, this is my living room.
Where's your kitchen?
I have to go to the left down the hallway into the kitchen.
Okay. So, what's in the corner here where the shadow was at the radiator? Is there another room?
No, this is it. This is the end of the room. There's nothing past this. There's a door that goes outside or into the hallway of the apartment, and then goes outside. But there's no other room. This is it. And it's a pretty small apartment.
If so, is your do you have doors on your living room? Is it open planned?
It's open going into the hallway. Right behind my TV in this corner, there's a door that opens up and goes into the hallway of my apartment, and then there's another door that goes right outside from there.
There's nothing that could reflect. So, say for example, you were in the kitchen, you open the fridge.
No, it's way too far away. And you can hear my GPS. I am here. I'm getting ready for work. I try to replicate that shadow myself, and I would have to be standing in the view of the camera in the living room for my shadow to reach far enough to be on that heater. This is when I walk out, and all of a sudden the motion sensor is picking up something's over there still, and then the orbs start picking up. As soon as I walk out the door.
You just left the house, yeah?
When the lights go out, I just left. The door shut, I just left. And then you see the orbs start picking up a little bit more.
Did you slam the door?
Kind of, but there is no way in hell that there's enough dust anywhere to kick up like that. I know it's the most logical answer, but like I said before, only I know what goes on in my place. Only I know how clean it is. I'm the only one that knows that. You know, if anyone else to question it is fine. You know, I can say for sure it's not dust. What orbs are, I completely do not know. But I can tell you this shit ain't dust. I would never. I'm allergic to dust. Like if I touch like a good amount of dust with my hands, then my hands will swell up like balloons.
So go back to the original. So go back to the first one you showed us.
Sure. I think it starts starts right here.
Oh.
Yep.
Now then, Jedi, all right, my friend. What is the light source at the bottom of this of the right screen?
That
Jed said.
That's the thing. It just appears. Now,
I mean in the
on the
when you were in the kitchen, where's the light source coming from? I think that's what it means. You mean the hallway?
For which video? This one?
No, the previous one.
That was from the kitchen. Yes.
Right.
And this light here is just from the IR. This room is pitch black right now.
Right. Okay. This is the one that I find most interesting.
Yeah, especially that light appearing, and then it runs out of that light. That's what made me switch positions of my camera because I wanted to catch that light on camera.
Do you have any at this point? Do you have any other cameras? Is this the hallway?
No, it's still my living room.
Right. Okay. So when this was playing, did you have another camera on as well?
I did, but at the time, I only could manually record from one camera at a time. So I positioned it. I used to catch figures right behind the couch right here. That's what I was trying to do. Every time
this is what you were asking Jeff about, recording two things at once.
Yes, because I do have two cameras, but they won't automatically pick up this kind of stuff. So I have to manually hit record, and so I only can record one at a time.
It would have been pretty cool to get the other side of the angle.
Here's a different angle of my apartment, so you can see the door that goes outside, and you can see this orb activity here. Picks up pretty good towards the middle. You can see some slowly going by. Like I don't see dust like arcing like that or stopping and going straight up. It's I honestly I don't know what they are. You know, I call them orbs, but I could be completely wrong. It's definitely something I can't see with the eye, and it's something that doesn't happen when I'm home. I mean, if I had dust, I think I would be recording it at all times a day. But when I record in night vision in the afternoon and night, I never get anything. Like I said, I got one orb at one night, one time.
So what I'd like you to do, to give the audience that are watching live for the vlog, is if you could turn these on when you're sat down watching TV, and maybe turn the TV off, look at something on your phone or whatever, and then just before you leave the house, and I want to see what happens when you leave the house.
Yeah, I have done that already. Like I used to wake up early and I would hit record on my phone and just lay on my couch for like an extra hour to see if I can record something while I'm there. And it never happens. But when I stand up and start walking out the living room, one or two orbs will start. And when I'm completely out of the living room is when all the activity starts. So I can definitely share some of them with you. I've recorded at nighttime, in the afternoon. My presence keeps all this from happening, which I don't understand, because you would think with my history, I would attract stuff like this. But in this situation, my presence keeps this from happening.
Interesting.
I saw someone ask what the light source was in the bottom right of the screen. I have no idea of the one shadow person video. Look, this is a good example. You see my living room right now. You see my door. Where could that light source come from? Because it came from low and it came from the ground. I don't even have a lamp on that side of the room, and my lights on my ceiling would be shining down. They wouldn't just appear in a small area on the floor. So I think that's pretty interesting. I try to duplicate the light. I couldn't do it with. I try to duplicate the light with the lights I have. I have recordings I can share of me trying to do that, and it's just never. I can never get it, not even close. So I think that light somehow appeared on its own, and the shadow person exited from that light. Is my only explanation of it.
Have you got something? Are you blocking the light from under the door with something there?
Yeah, that's a towel.
Are you doing that on purpose? Are you doing that to try and to make sure that it's not light coming through that's causing this?
No.
Is that like
I'm doing that for when I vape. The smell doesn't go out of the apartment.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's all that's for. And I kept that there when I had the AC in because I didn't want the cold air to get out either. But that's it.
Right. I thought you were going the extra mile there, mate. You should have played up. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, you can see there's a lot of stuff going on in this video, you know, and whatever you guys think it is what it is. But
and you're at work.
Yeah, you can see down low. It's November 18th, 7:37 in the morning. I've probably been going for about an hour now.
Go back to the settee again, just before we end the stream.
Which ones you want to see?
I want to see the guy sitting on the sofa. Do you know? I know you're saying he's coming from behind the settee. But it looks like somebody sat. It looks like the shadow is actually going to sit down.
Really, to me, it looks like it's behind it. And it peeks up to look at the camera, and when it sees the camera, it ducks back down. That's the way I see it. But you know, you could be. I remember the first time I saw this, I was a little freaked out. Let me back up a little bit. Yeah, so that light appearing, you can see where the light's appearing and how low it is. See that? Like the light had to have been from somewhere on the ground, I think. Yeah, I think it peeks out and looks at my camera. And then, because if you notice on the other one, it's scurrying back and forth. I think it's trying to hide from the camera. I mean, that's...
If somebody just showed me that just sent me this file without knowing them, I'd say, you know, if it's just a random stranger just sent me this video footage, I'd be like, I probably wouldn't respond. Do you know what I mean? But because I know you and I know that I got you to buy these cameras. Well, I didn't get you to buy the cameras, but I kind of suggested it.
And I can go back a little bit. There are a few orbs in this video somewhere, if I remember correctly, but not many on this one. But yeah, so when that light appears,
it'll be interesting to see what Jeff gets from that when he puts it into the computer and does his business with it.
Yeah, definitely. And this light will disappear in maybe another 45 seconds or so. I'm not sure exactly when, but the light does go away. And you can see there's still a couple orbs here and there flying around. But it's pretty interesting, you know. I see a lot of people in chat have their own theories of what it is, which, you know, I don't.
What floor are you
on? I'm on the first floor.
First floor.
Yes, I have neighbors. I have neighbors above me and to each side of me. Yeah, see the light disappeared, it just went away.
If somebody walked past your window behind you there, would it cast? Can somebody walk past the window?
I mean, I've never seen nothing like this in any other video I've recorded. You know, I've been doing this now for like 7 months.
Yeah, I'm just literally trying to kind of like find every single possible route. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that sucks about this kind of stuff is like, you know, everyone wants to find the most logical reason, which I understand 100%.
We have to.
But when it comes to this kind of stuff, logic has nothing to do with this at all. You know, but yeah,
like
pretty,
you said, only you live it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if this was someone's house and they were seeing shadow people with their own eyes and then capture it on film, you know, they'd be feeling the same way I do. But you know, most people don't see shadow people. You know, most people don't capture orbs on their cameras and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's easy to say it's dust or whatever theory anyone has. It's understandable. You know, but you know, I would love for someone to come here, spend a morning in my apartment, and I'll show you this shit's real. But you know, it is what it is. I just share it. I don't try to force it on. I'm not here saying like this is what this video is. I'm not like that. You know, everyone has their own opinion. It's just fine with me.
Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be doing have agreed to or wanted to do the vlog. The kind of little documentary that we're doing, if I didn't think there was something.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you know, the most intriguing thing for me is the story.
Yeah,
the initial story.
Even just getting to this point, you know, and a lot of people, that vlog is going to just put a big chunk of that's missing in the story will fit right in, and most of the stuff will make more sense. But you know, I mean, how do you explain to somebody when you're watching TV, you see a shadow person in your hallway staring at you? You know, like, yeah, I hear the same things. Oh, it was in the corner of your eye. You didn't know. It could have been anything. I don't know about anybody else, but I can see pretty damn good from the corner of my eye. You know what I'm saying? It's the peripheral, the whole vision. I see everything fine. And when I see someone pop his head out and look at me, I can see it. You know, and it took me a while to figure out how to actually look at it because I would turn my head a little too quick, and it would always duck away. But I learned to look forward, and I could just look at it in the corner, and it would just stand there and watch me, like it's curious. It's weird. And then when I saw it on tape, it was like it validated what I was seeing.
Yeah. Well, it's just been a weird show, mate. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to kind of try something different, and I'm glad I did because I think it's been a little bit. It's especially for the people who've been subscribed for years because this is what I want to do. I want to try different routes, and I think like Jeff's definitely going to be a part of what I'm doing in future when it comes to if there's a case that I think maybe involves something a bit more supernatural or whatever. I'll get because I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But for anybody who's watching this now, there's my email. If you have a great story, something's gone on in your life, and you have a story for me, and you want to come on the show, unlike John, he didn't want to come on the show. I had to beg him. Send me an email.
I'm glad you did that too. That was a good move because I remember that day clear. I was eating a bowl of cereal and I was watching that episode. We told me, just come on, man, just do it. And I was like, I felt bad. Like you actually, for a second time, called me out to come on. I was like, I got it. I just didn't want to, like, you know, I felt like I had to do it. I'm glad I did. It literally changed my life. It also opened up a paranormal freaking free for all over here. But it's all good, man. You know.
And again, the original interview that I did with you is in the description. Go check it out, people, if you've not already watched it, and then watch one of John's vlogs. You know, I'll put your channel in the description. You'll see how much you've changed. You know, you seem like a totally different person.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a crazy one. I feel like it's not finished. I feel like we may revisit this.
Well,
maybe with Jeff.
If you can set up with Jeff to do what we did today at like 6:30 a.m. my time one day, that would be the best time to do it. That is when the activity is present. You know, that's when everything happens. I would literally leave my apartment for like a half hour and he can just do whatever he wants to do through the speakers. I'll move my mic all the way across the room so I can guarantee there's no interference. I'll take all the furniture out of the room. We can do it properly now that I know that it's possible to do this on a live stream. You know,
sounds good, mate. Sounds good.
Someone asked they wanted to see my t-shirt.
Let's see the T-shirt.
There it is. Don't talk to strangers.
That is a beauty. I've always wondered, you know, at least he's not got his knob out.
At least he's a guy. There's a guy getting abducted, like right there.
Yeah, he needs arresting though, because you know, if a human being did that and put the hand out to little kids, they'd be locked up.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun. Yeah, these shirts are fun. I try to have some
Watch
fun
out!
with
Watch out for those aliens, kids.
it.
Yeah, they are. No, I'm sure they're very nice, aren't they, Stephen? Yes, they are. I did that
Oh,
too
there it
soon.
is. There it is.
I need to get the knack of that. There you go.
I love when he pops.
There's the lad. I love his face. Stephen, if you're watching this, email me. We'll have a beer together. But yeah, John, it's been good getting you back on, and I'm sure it will be the last time. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. The Patreon is in the description below. It helps out the channel a lot. That's my email. If you want to send me your story, that's kind of what keeps the channel going. The stories, the interviews, whatever. Or if you're another UFO channel, maybe you wanna come on. I keep meaning to get Third Phase the Moon on. They said they'd come on ages ago, and they probably think I'm a dick because I haven't asked since. But I've been so busy with doing other stuff. So boys, I want to get you on. Blake, you're welcome on anytime. You and Brent.
On there soon, supposedly. You see what happened. I talked to them guys for the first time a couple weeks ago. They're a lot cooler than I thought they were. I gotta say. Yeah,
they're nice chaps. So you're going on Third Phase of Moon?
We're talking about it. I don't want to say it's definite, but you know.
Yeah, it'd be good to get your story out mainstream. Just make sure you keep mentioning like every 5 sentences that it was originally on Alien Addict.
Always do. And you know what, dude? Like once the vlog does come out, I do. I really do that. But once the vlog comes out, I would love to get on there like for a couple hours. You know, like once that's done, like to have them show the vlog as well, and you know, plug your channel and just get out there, man.
I think the aliens have turned your mic off, mate.
You don't hear me?
I can hear you now. Hear me now?
I had too far away. I don't know what happened. Weird shit happens over here.
No, mate. I'm gonna drop you out. I'm gonna say goodbye to the audience, and I'll be back in a second.
All right, cool.
Thank you, John. Everybody, check. Where can they find you? RicanHavoc215.
Yeah, RicanHavoc215 on YouTube. That's where I usually post most of my stuff. And then on Facebook, I go by my actual name, John Carty. You can find me on there. I've been posting more stuff on Facebook lately too. Yeah.
I can't believe you revealed the name. You said to me under no circumstances you mentioned my name. I do not want my parents to know.
They still don't know, but I mean, I have to at some point. I mean, I can't hide forever. You know what I'm saying? Especially the further I go, the more people I meet. I can't hide. I can't do this and hide at the same time. So yeah, you can catch me either places. You know, I'm just going along my journey, you know. Mr. DB Cooper.
Yeah, I want to get Mr. DB Cooper on. Mr. DB Cooper, email me. Look, I think it would be one incredible show. Go back a long way, actually. Anyway, John, I will speak to you in a moment, and yeah, we'll have a drink. Folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know these live streams are as professional as, well, my old stuff were professional, but I've kind of blown smoke up my own ass there. But you know what I mean? They're a little bit. It is what it is. There's an orb just gone by. It is what it is. You know, you get what you get. I need to get some Just for Men on this beard, though. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just gonna go. So it's goodbye from me, and you didn't see him in the thing, but it's goodbye from my monkey, my stretchy monkey. Good night, God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. And by the way, I only had one can of lager and a glass of, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a glass of, it was Iron Brew and vodka. Awesome. Good night, God bless.